the unbelievable David and Jax Farmer a little bit later on, absolute legends in our company, have built an entire, an incredible hierarchy, but one with integrity as well. Just great human beings you're going to get a chance to hear from later on today. But as we kick off the RVP Factory, I just wanted to remind everyone just a handful of things, right? The company's got some powerful incentives going on. They've put an incredible incentive on the line for us to reach out to the people that have helped serve this country, covering half the cost of someone getting started when they qualify as a first responder. And that definition is so wide of what a first responder is that Primerica has included. Half this call is probably a first responder. So this is a massive promotion. There are a lot of people doing a lot of good in the communities, and it's a powerful way to reach out to them, because those first responders not only done a great thing, but man, I bet you a bunch of them are stressed out, right? They're not getting paid what they're worth to do what they're doing. And this could be an incredible way to help them continue to help people change lives as only Primerica can, get compensated and have the freedom that they deserve for their family in the process. I know a handful of you guys that will be recognizing later pre-qualified for the iPad last month. We're very excited about that. So we got to finish the job this month, get that done. And if you did not pre-qualify for the iPad last month, very simple, 6 recruits, 6 directs, right? 5,000 in personal premium. This month, you can still qualify for that iPad. And as excited as I am for the guys and gals at summer, right? I mean, you must be rooting because you wanted them to qualify, right? And so as excited as I am for you guys that pre-qualified for that, hey, I think this incentive this month could really be a game changer for someone on this call, right? Because I promise you go get 6 solid directs, you go write 5,000 in premium, especially if you have never done that before in a month, your business looks fundamentally different. So you're going to get an iPad in the process, but more importantly, I think you're going to get a jump start to your business that you've probably never experienced before. Because I promise you get 3-4 new licensed directs on your team, this deal takes on a whole new meaning for you, right? It's fun, it's engaged, and you're rocking and rolling with your business. So do me a favor, right? We want to have all 40 people on the call with us today to make sure that we're increasing the attendance and that you're 100% plugged in and taking notes while you're here. So let's turn your camera on, get engaged, right? I hate begging people. I'm going to beg you for a second. Don't treat this like another hour of Netflix, right? Your TV's probably watching you anyways without your knowledge. We actually want to watch you during this hour. We want to be engaged. We want to see you. And we want to see the reaction as you hear some life-changing training, both from some future leaders and some absolute legends in our company. Because later on, we're going to be doing something called a fight club. And we are working hard to make this an impactful piece of this on a month-to-month basis. So here's how it's going to work, right? A little bit later on, we're going to divide everybody up into rooms, right? And I apologize. There's actually it should be a little bit different, but it's going to be future license. If you're joining us today and are future license, right? You're working on that license right now. We're excited to have you here this morning with us. You're in the right place at the right time. We're going to pair you up with a competitor that's also in the process of getting that license. And then for everyone who's got their license right now, we're going to have you pick a category: 1x1, 3x3, 5x5, or 10x10 and above. So those will be the categories there. There will be no 10x10 categories, just 10x10 and above. And we're going to have RVPs in each room to help match everybody up, foster a sense of community, foster a sense of competition, because competition really does take the work out of work. Summer's looking forward to beating whoever is brave enough, courageous enough to go up against her. I'm sure there this month. So we want you engaged during those breakout rooms. We're going to do breakout rooms again for that, and so we want you on camera and for that. So to start things off, we are going to get things going with some recognition here. So now's the one time during the meeting, right? We'd encourage you to take your microphone off, get engaged. We want to hoot and holler for a couple of people because we want to make people feel good, because when you feel good, you do good, and we want to make sure that you get the right energy going into this meeting. So the first thing we want to do is recognize those of you that have never been on an RVP Factory. So if you can do me a favor, hit the little chat button either on your computer or on the app or whatever device you're on. If this is your first time here, we want to know that. Leaders, if you've got a teammate on here for the first time, we want to help them out, put their name in the chat, and we just want to welcome everyone that's here for the first time as we go through this. So we're excited about each and every one of you guys there. Go ahead, throw that chat open while we're working on that. If you got a license in the month of March, we want to hear about it. Go ahead and put in the chat what license that's you accomplished, what you checked off for the month of March. So go ahead and throw that in the chat as well. There. Erica Alexander passing her SIE and Series 6. Take yourself off of mute. Guess ever give a big round of applause.
Good job, Erica.
Nice, nice.
Like, why pass one?
Great job.
That's two better, right?
Congratulations.
That's awesome. Ed Marie getting finishing up her entire securities process, passing her Series 6 through 3, totally securities license.
Wow. Well done.
Nice job, ladies.
Proud.
Job.
Go help people build some wealth. Julia Foltz passing her SIE exam. Let's give it up for Julia Foltz. Come on.
All right.
Congratulations.
That's awesome. Awesome. Look at that. We got big time momentum in our securities business here. That's a big deal there, right? So great job with that. As we continue to throw the names of people that are here for the first time or newly licensed in, let's keep moving here to recruiting. So if you got some personal directs in the month of March, put your name in the chat, and we'll just keep going here. You helped a family with life insurance or securities. Go ahead and put that in the chat now as well. So recruits, life sales, securities. Let's put it in there. Hey, Lee Sprouse, 5 personal directs. Let's give it up for Lee. Come on.
Go, Lee.
I'll tell you what, she is no one-hit wonder. You heard from her last month, and she followed that up in a big way. So proud of you, Lee, there for getting those 5 directs. No doubts you'll be in motion for some big stuff. Let's give it up for the great Will Graham with a recruit and a life sale. Good job, Will. Gary Hewitt, Summer Sprouse, 5 directs, 14 team, double-digit recruiting, critical there. So, phenomenal job, Summer. Danny Rodriguez leading from the front, 2 by 4, 4, 4, 5. Couldn't knock it down $1 to make it an even 4 there, Danny. I see. Huh? Cut that shot rider by $1,000. But either way, good job on getting that done there. The Catons, direct recruit. Could you imagine being direct the Catan? What a lucky human being. Right, 3016. Let's give it up for the Catan base shop there. Terry Barnes, 1 by 2,500 personal. Great job,
Terry.
Life and investments. Great job, Andy Shoup. Love it, man. Good job. 1,900.
Nice job, Andy.
Back a $250,000 for investments. Skemma Horn. Give it up for her and Craig. Julia Foltz, not just getting securities license, but recruiting in the process. Let's give it up for her. 3 directs. Great job. Good job, Julia. Walking and shooting down there. Summer's a savage. A savage. Hey, listen, I'm not sure if we're cool enough to start using hashtags on Zoom here. Calm down there. Right? Carol, 2 recruits in the life sale. That's awesome. Let's give it up for Carol. 2,600 in personal premium for Summer. Great job, Summer. Woo! Cleo Pompey, 3 directs, 18, $3,062 personal, $6,573 on our team. Look at that, right down to the penny. Great job.
Way to go, Cleo.
Nice job, Cleo.
Tesla Dan, some recruits. Des, is that 7 direct?
ST.
That's 17.
Okay, awesome. A beautiful 17 recruits, 5K in premium, 6. I mean, you're Des Dan, right? I would have thought you get 7 direct. Who wouldn't think I'd follow you anywhere, right? I love it. 6 trades, a new licensed district leader. Can't wait to hear about that in the next line here. Summer, 54,000. Shannon, 4 directs. Neva, 1 direct, 3370. I love it. Beatrice Spradley gotten their first recruit. Let's give it up for Beatrice there and everyone else I just ran through. I love it. I love it. Let's go ahead and offer the promotions here. I love it. Des, who is your promotion?
My promotion was Elizabeth Barnes to district leader.
Hey, let's give it up for Elizabeth Barnes.
Great job.
I know that name. I love it. And we got 2 promotions on the Summers Bay Shop here. We got Lisa Vance, senior rep. Let's give it up for Lisa.
March
Go, Lisa.
March the 6th.
We got
yeah.
Jamia Hiller
Oh,
getting
yeah,
a district leader contract. Let's give it up for her.
Right?
Wow.
And
think
Summer
that's
just
March
does like,
6th.
the little, wrist layup there, 3,800 personal premium as well. Great job, Julie. Super proud of you for that. From the
Great
Shoe
job.
Face Shop, Shoe, who you got getting promotions?
So we had Wendy got promoted, and we have Devontae Glover got promoted this month. So great.
Oh, congratulations.
For those guys.
Nice, Andy.
Congratulations, guys.
I love it. I didn't miss you, Gary. I see those directs, 17, 1,500 personal investments, production, all across the board. Solid month last month. Gary, let's give it up for Mr. Hewitt.
Do it.
Woo!
Nice.
Good job, Gary.
I love it. I love it.
Hey, we did not know it.
Job, right?
Woo!
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, right? We got some energy
Do it, do it.
on this call, right? Listen, if you don't feel like you're fired up right now, you just send a direct message to Rebecca Scamahorn. She'll personally get you a DoorDash of coffee right to your house. May or may not be honored right now. So we are excited about today. Priscilla getting a senior rep promotion. Let's give it up for Priscilla Tolliver. Great job there.
Congratulations, Priscilla.
Good job,
Woo, woo,
Priscilla.
woo. Go, Priscilla.
Rebecca just texted me. She says, send all coffee requests to David, not her. Sorry about that. There. So I love it. I love it. So, hey, today's going to be powerful. We're going to have the MC for most of today's training, the unbelievable Rebecca Scamahorn come up. You're going to hear from a couple of our, like I said, it's just absolute stud future vice presidents, and they are future vice presidents, right? They ain't regionals or districts or divisions. They're RVPs in the making, and then our guest speaker. So without further ado, let me turn it over to the unbelievable Rebecca Scamahorn.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Cody. I appreciate your energy, and congratulations to all of you who moved the scoreboard in March, right? That is really just the key, is every single day, every week, every month, just move that scoreboard and move your business. So great job, and congratulations also to those of you who made the extra commitment and got those licenses. What we're going to get to do for the next 10, 15 minutes is we're going to hear from some of our top future RVPs. This is always a highlight of our Saturday morning every month. But hearing from your peers, people who are where you are or just slightly ahead of where you are in the business, and just being able to get a couple, 1 or 2 tips of what they're doing right now in their business that you can apply to your business to move the ball a little bit forward. And then we're going to get to hear from our guest speaker coming up after that. So the order is we have Gary Hewitt, Cleo Pompey, and Ethan Boss. We'll hear from them in that order. I want to say to Gary and Cleo, the VPs were on a call, I don't know, this last week, and David Catan, your head coach, was bragging about both of you. He's so proud of what you're doing, and he's really expecting that you guys are going to be doing 10 by 10 this month. You're doing all the right things. You're leading from the front. So we're super excited to hear from each of you this morning. Gary, we're going to let you go first.
Gary.
Okay. Good morning, Charlotte Fight Club. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. All right. So first, I'm appreciative of having the opportunity to fellowship with everyone on the call. I feel like everyone on the call is family. That's how I like to treat this business. Right. So what's on my mind? First is the crusade. So the crusade for myself, at least for my team, is just keeping the same repetitive message, repeating that to as many people as possible, or just getting on as many Zooms as possible, and just asking the same questions. And some of those same questions are, when's the last time you said there's got to be a better way, right? And when you said that, was because of time, was because of money, or was it a combination of the two, right? And then after we ask those questions, we give them some quick statistics, right? So out of every 10 American workers, 8 are living paycheck to paycheck. in America, the richest country in the world. So that's 80% of workers that are living paycheck to paycheck. Do you guys think that's by accident? Or you guys think that's by design? Right? You know, here's another statistic. There's like 45 million Americans that owe about $1.8 trillion in student loan debt, right? Now you go to college, you get into all this debt, you come out of college, you still can't get a good job, right? So the United States is #1 in student loan debt. There's a billion more people in China. You think that's by accident or you think that's by design, right? See, when the reason why at the zoo, the cage door is locked is because if the door was open, all the animals will escape. However, in the system that we have, which is, we call that the 100% of one in our office, what that means is that everyone's income is dependent on one source. And we feel like that's dangerous. What if you had multiple sources of income? What if you had multiple ways of making money, right? What if you had 7, 10, 15 different sources of income? Would that change your life? Would that make things better at home, right? So that's the crusade. And then we want to move people over to our side, our way of thinking, which is #1, what's the calling? The calling is that I feel that spending 30, 40, 50 years at a job is not what God wants me to do. It is not what God wants you to do, right? So what if we were free to do the things that we wanted to do? That's going to take money and that's going to take time. So we're asking people to like, comment, and subscribe to our way of thinking, our way of living life. And then lastly, guys, the commitment. I'm recommitting myself this month to my coaches, David and Garcia, to my team, to my regional leader team, to all my coaches, Des, Will, right? That I am re-recruiting myself to the business, right? We're going to double-digit recruit this month because we deserve to do that, because other people deserve to hear this message and be in this environment. I'm just appreciative of you guys allowing us to plug into this environment. So God bless each and every one of you. Bottom of my heart to the top of yours. Thank you.
Awesome.
Wow, great job, Gary.
Thank you so much for that. And I saw Julie put that in the comments, but there's got to be when was the last time you said there's got to be a better way, right? That's a great question to ask when you're recruiting someone, just to disturb them. You generally recruit people out of where they are, not necessarily into Primerica, right? So that was golden. Thank you so much for sharing that, Gary. Next up, Miss Cleo Pompey.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. Just want to thank you for allowing me to have this platform. And I just want to share with the team what you can do so you can see the growth in your team. In other words, make a difference by taking action. So what our team realized that we needed to do something every day in our business. We wanted to achieve our goals. Okay. So consistent action equals consistent progress. So every day we take action. You can have the best play, you can have the best strategies, you can, or everything all plans out, but if you don't take action, nothing changes, right? You agree with me on that? You get nothing accomplished. So here's what I'm putting into steps is what we started to look at. We started to look at our goals, right? You gotta not just have goals, you gotta have big goals. And that's something that was an aha moment for me this month. Number 2, you gotta have a big vision. Right? We're doing vision boards with our teams. That's helping us. Number 3, compete on a high level. You want to be around those people that are, going places, that they're moving, they're growing. Number 4, you want to gather your core players because everybody's not going to play. Who's going to get off the bench? Who's going to raise their heads up and get something done? So focus on those guys to get the job done. And number 5, you got to take action. Because like I said, with all the planning, with all the strategies, if you don't move, nothing happens. And so like I said, every day, do something to move your business. And we had accountability play that was put into place by our coaches that we're using. And I'm going to share with you the difference it made for us for January and February by doing this. So what we do, we got to do one of these 6 things at least once a day. Every day, rather. Every day you do something. There are 6 items. They're not in any particular order, but do at least one of these things. Number 1, get 3 to 5 new names and numbers. Number 2, I'm taking it to the shop and they're gonna go in there. Courageous, you're off mute, Courageous. Number 2, set 1 to 2 appointments. Number 3, do 2 Zoom presentations. Number 4, get a recruit. Number 5, get a policy. Or number 6, help somebody prepare for their state exam. So do at least one of these things. And I think every one of us can do something. Do one of these things. And I promise you, it's going to help you move your business. And I give you an example for us, because we started doing this the last 30 days. So for January, our team did 1 by $306. In February, we did 3 by $862. And now in March, because we put this into place, being accountable to ourselves, basically, we were able to do 8 recruits, $6,573 in premium. Now we didn't hit our goal that we were going for, but look at how much we stretched simply by being accountable. So guys, if you can just do one of these things every single day towards your business, I promise you, you're going to see a change, and it's going to help propel you to the next level. That's what I got.
Woo, great job, Cleo.
Cleo, awesome. Great
Awesome
tips,
job,
right?
Cleo.
Thank you.
Go,
Yes,
Gary, go, Cleo.
Those were 5 great tips. If someone wants to type those in the chat so we can capture those, that would be great. Guys, knowing makes no difference. You can know everything about this business, but action is the only thing that is going to build your business. So great job, Cleo. That's what you're doing. You are in action. You are doing the things that you are talking about and sharing this morning. We're super, super proud of you, Cleo.
Thank you.
Next, we have regional leader Ethan Lost, or soon to be regional leader. We're just we're claiming that right now because he's going to make that happen this month. He and I have been talking about this and game planning, and Ethan is doing a great job of leading from the front, personally recruiting, personally helping clients out, field training. So Ethan, share with us a little bit of what you're doing to move your business.
Absolutely. Again, appreciate the opportunity, Rebecca, and shout out to teammates out there making it happen, and previous speakers this morning. Really, it's amazing. We know what it is we're supposed to be doing. I think the reality, we have to come to a place of maturity where we decide that we're going to do it. I mean, it's really what it boils down to. We all know what we're supposed to do in terms of recruiting directs, developing district leaders, and all those things. It ultimately comes to just a perfect storm and a mindset, within each one of us individually. But I have just a few points. The first one is to become dogmatic about the crusade. We hear that, I think, a lot of times in convention talk, and I think sometimes that really goes over our heads a lot of times. But the reality is that unless you and I get out across the Zoom screen and encourage those that we're recruiting to do the same, and there's a chance that those that we know, love, and care about are going to be victimized. It's not a matter of if, but when. And it's inevitable that they. And so I think this has really been something that we have taken on, and we share in that disdain that our founders had, and what was done, to his parents. And I think we have to develop that crusade. What is that thing that's going to, for lack of a better term, piss you off? What's going to galvanize you to get out across that Zoom screen and schedule as many appointments as possible, and encourage those that you're training to do the same thing? And so for us, it's been talking to people that you very well may be a victim of the life insurance industry. We want people to understand that, right? If you don't have Primerica atop your life insurance program, you're being ripped off. And I think because that's a bold statement, I think a lot of times I tell folks, I'm about to make a bold statement. If your life insurance don't say Primerica, you're being ripped off. And people are open. Oh, look at my policy. So again, becoming dogmatic about the crusade. 2, developing district leaders. We are, I would say, becoming maniacal about developing district leaders. My personal goal over the next few months is to develop 6 direct district legs that I personally have created. And I was challenged on with one of my other calls or Zoom sessions. When was the last time you created a district leader? And man, I tell you, that's that could be a very, 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 very tough question. This is like your pastor saying, when was the last time you led somebody to Christ? Like, woo! right? But anyway, so when was the last time you developed a district leader, right? That you personally have field trained, took them across the Zoom screen, and basically have, and it's become exhilarating. Like, man, had the privilege of developing districts. So now, man, we want that feeling every single time. We want to develop district leaders, independent producing district leaders that are masterful across the Zoom screen at the fundamentals, right? Lastly, is replication, okay? Like, how many people, like, independently do I have that can get the results that I get? Now, that could be another very, 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 I won't say somber question, but a very humbling question when we really look at it. Like, how many people outside of me are actually replicating what I do, man? So I realized, hey, I need to get to work. So in conjunction with all of those things, that's sort of what our focus is, man. We want to develop an independent district leader legs. And as a result of that, the production, the premium, all that stuff comes from that warm market. And it becomes that perfect storm, man. It becomes really exciting. I was telling Rebecca the other day, when you have a reputable, credible recruit that you have, and they have great credibility in their market, and you are, worth your weight in gold or platinum across the Zoom screen, like Hector says, it's like, it's absolutely fun. The business becomes a lot easier when we have those ingredients there. So back to you, Rebecca.
Awesome. Great job, Ethan. And
Great
that is
job,
exactly
Ethan.
what he's doing, guys. He has been, just crusading at the kitchen table and really making those bold statements. But in doing that with respect, right? He's bold, but he's respectful, and he is disturbing people enough that they will get that policy. They won't think about it. Don't put it off. They go and get that right now. And because of that, he did over 7,000 of personal premium in February, over 8,000 in March, guys. He's doing it again in April. So he is doing exactly what he's talking about. We're super proud of you for that, Ethan.
Nice job, champion.
Yes.
Woo, good job.
All right, and we are just waiting for our guest speaker to log in. He is multitasking this morning. He has his dad hat on right now, dropping his son off at a game, and in just a few minutes, he's going to be logging in here.
Rebecca, he's on. He's on. I saw him jump on.
Oh, you saw him jump on. Okay, perfect. Thank you for saying that, Des. So let me go ahead and give an introduction to Dave Farmer. David and Jax Farmer are senior national sales directors down in Houston, Texas. They started their business up in Cincinnati as future VPs, and they made the bold move to move down to Houston and build their RVP base shop, and ultimately a hierarchy of now over 25 RVPs. Guys, they're at 680,000 of rolling 12 income. They'll click over 700,000 any day now. They're just, and what I love most about Primerica is people like Dave and Jax Farmer, getting to build relationships and friendships with people who have big goals, who can be your role models, who are just making huge contributions, not just within Primerica, but outside of Primerica. They just do tremendous things for their church and their community. So I don't want to take any more of their time. David, thank you so much for being on this morning. We're super excited to hear from you. And David, let me know if you want me to share the slides or if you're going to go ahead and do that.
Unmute. All right. I think I unmuted there. Can you hear me okay?
We hear you great.
Awesome. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate you guys. Like I said, like she said, I've got my dad hat on today. I think I've got 5 baseball games, 3 lacrosse games, and 2 hockey games this weekend. So, so hey, listen, one thing I just want you to know is you can do it all. I know a lot of people think, well, how am I going to do all this? How am I going to raise my kids? How am I going to homeschool my kids? How am I going to still do my job and still build Primerica? Listen, you can do it all. You really can. You just have to believe that with everything in you. Just don't make excuses of why things can't get done. So I appreciate you letting me do the call from my car. I normally don't like to do this, but I definitely did not want to miss a chance to talk to your teams. I appreciate you guys so much. I mean, you and Craig are you're true pros. I mean, you really are. I mean, you guys are you're pros, and I love that about your business. I love about, I've watched you these last probably 10 years, of what you guys have done. And obviously what Danny's doing now is just killing it. I'm just so proud of you guys. It's just, it's time. I just don't know in today's Primerica, I don't know how you can't win. I really don't know how you can't win today in this business. I mean, I've been in business 15 years. There's never been a time, I've never seen a time where people needed us more than they need us now. It's obviously, everybody knows the stats. I mean, 40 million people lost their jobs last year. I mean, I'm not even talking about all the, the benefits that need changed, all the rollovers that need to happen. But I just always think about all the people that are frustrated with corporate America and don't want to go back. So I think right now it's just really just a matter of how much do we want to go get, because it's out there. I mean, there's no question it's out there to get. It's just really how much of it do we want to go get and how much of it do we want to work, right? But I really believe you're only going to do that. You're only going to do that if you really believe you can win here. If you don't think that this thing's really going to work for you, if you don't think that you can make it here, or maybe this is just for the other people, maybe not for people like me. I said, that's the wrong mentality. You got to walk in here and just think, man, this, I'm going to change my life here. And that's what we bought into, when I started the business at 30 years old. I'm 48 years old right now, so I mean, it's crazy to think how long, how fast things have happened, and we've been RVP for about 15 years. And like Rebecca said, when we left Ohio, we moved from Ohio, moved to Texas to start a base shop when we became new RVPs. And, when we moved to Houston, we didn't know a single person. I mean, we literally moved there. It was Jax and I and two other couples, and we didn't know anybody down there. And literally the first month we were there, we recruited 37 people. And the second month we recruited 43 people in a city we didn't know anybody in. And what I'm going to teach you today is really just how we did that, how we did that, but not only just how we did that, how we continue to do that. I mean, I've really not changed my play too much in 15 years. I just, I'm a systems person. I believe system stands for save yourself time, energy, and money, so I believe I believe I'm a systems person. So I really wanted to make sure that I could, put systems in place that could run whether I'm here or not, and it's hard to put systems together if you're always constantly changing things, and then, I mean, God just blessed us when we moved to Texas. We, like you said, it was just Jax and I within 9 months, we had a $30,000 base shop built from scratch. I think we took our income from $3,000 a month to $30,000 a month in 18 months. And now, we're making, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a month right now. And I'll be honest with you, if you'd have told me when I started the business, if I'm making $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a month, I'd tell you, you'd never see me again, man. I'll be on a beach somewhere. I'll be on a boat somewhere, but you will never see me again. And it's crazy, but it's just the opposite. It's like the more you do here, the more you make, the better things get, the more you want to do it. So I just, like I said, I just want to share with you today. I really hope to pour into you today. I really want to just teach you exactly what we're doing with our team. I mean, you guys got things going. There's no question about that. You guys got some incredible things going on right now. And if I can just add value to it, I hope to do that. So Rebecca, I sent you a PowerPoint. Can you pull that up? I'm just going to go through this PowerPoint. I'm gonna have Rebecca do it because I'm still trying to figure out how to use my iPhone. So I wouldn't want to try it here. But listen, I think the first thing you need to do is you got to believe with everything in you. You have to believe that this is the right place. And if you look at this first slide, Inc. magazine said, if you want to make millions, here's 16 industries where you should start a business. And if you look at it, the financial services industry was the #1 industry. It's the highest paying industry in the world today. It pays more than doctors, dentists, lawyers, engineers. It's created more millionaires and more wealth than any other industry out there. And what's awesome about Primerica is we really don't care what your background is. I mean, listen, I have a 2-year associate degree. It took me 5 years to get it. You know, my wife, Jack, she dropped out of high school when she was 16 years old. I mean, it's not too many companies trying to give us a huge opportunity, right? But, you know, but thank God Primerica didn't look at our backgrounds. We really don't care what people did in the past. We just want to know what they're going to do from here on out. And if you look at the bottom there, it says, you know, that quote, and I'm sure a lot of people have seen this, but I really want you to understand it, where it says, you know, Primerica will be as disruptive to the financial industry as Amazon was to the retail industry. I think we've all seen this quote from Morningstar. Let me explain to you why I think that's such a strong quote, which is a very strong quote. We've seen Amazon literally knock companies out of business. But why I think it is because most financial companies are not in the position we're in. I mean, listen, the average age of a financial advisor today, I think, is like 57 years old, which I know 57 years old is still young. But here's the thing, 10, 15, 20 years from now, most of those guys and girls are going to be moved on, retired, or passed on. Listen, there's 160 million millennials and Generation Z coming after the millennials that they're going to need financial help for the next 60, 70, and 80 years. And people know that most financial companies are not in a position to do that, but we are. Right. So I think that's why, you know, I think our average age, and we got 130,000 licensed agents, 6,000 offices, and the average age of a Primerica rep's only 33 years old. I mean, think about it. Think about that for a second. That's incredible. So I really want you to understand what you have your hands on. You know, I mean, listen, is this thing I don't care how old you are. Maybe you're just getting started, or maybe you're in the later years. You could build something right now that's going to keep building way past you. You know, and listen, if you don't believe this, nothing else I tell you today is going to matter. Nothing Rebecca and Danny can tell you is going to matter if you don't believe that this is the right spot. So here's what we did. When we started to recruit people, this is the biggest change we ever made. And if you can go to the next slide, Rebecca, we really, instead of recruiting people to Primerica, what we did is we recruited people out of where they are. And what I mean by that is, you know, if you keep going, Rebecca, you can put the whole thing up there, you know, recruiting people out of where they're at versus recruiting them to Primerica. And what I mean by that is, early on, I love Primerica. I try to sell Primerica like crazy early on, but really, that's not what got people here. What got people here is what they want to change. So we always ask people 2 questions. You know, what do you like best about what you do, and what would you change if you could? What would you like? What do you like best, and what would you change? And listen, whatever people would change, that's all I talk about. You know, I mean, think about what if you ask that question to people, what do people want to change? More money, better hours, freedom, be their own boss, whatever it is, right? Well, listen, there's 70 of us on the call, right? If we were in a room together right now, and I said, hey, raise your hand because you came here for financial services, there might be a couple of you that will raise your hand. But if I said, okay, now raise your hand if you came here because you wanted out of where you're at, I'd say probably the majority of us would raise our hands. So you see, my point on that is, why are we trying to recruit people to financial services? That's probably not what got you here. What got you here is you wanted to change where you're at. So when we made this shift, Rebecca, when we made that shift of just we're trying to recruit people out of where they're at, find out what they want to change, okay, it completely changed our business. I'll prove it to you. Look at this next slide. You know, hopefully you guys got Chick-fil-A and Popeyes down there. There's this Chick-fil-A manager, right? He's trying to recruit this lady from Popeyes. He says, Shirley, if you come work for us, you can go to church on Sundays. Because if you know anything about Chick-fil-A, they're not open on Sundays, right? So he's not recruiting her for more money. Why? She wants to change, right? She wants something out of where they're at. So it's a proven fact on that. So listen, look at this next slide here. And these are some questions that we ask. You can just go through all of them. I think there's 8 or 9 of them. I really want you to go back. I want you to understand these questions. You know, the questions are, hey, are you making the kind of money you like to make right now? Do you control your income or hours, or someone else control them for you? Hey, if you can control your time and income, what would that look like? Hey, would your spouse still work if you made more money? Hey, you saving the kind of money you like to every month? Do you feel you're overinsured or underinsured at your job? How do you feel about helping people you care about? You ever thought about having your own business? I train my agents on these questions. I can't tell you how much I train them on these questions. And I get my agents to write these questions out 100 times each, just so it becomes part of their vocabulary and part of their conversation. So, I mean, think about how quite great, you know, are you making the kind of money you like to make right now? You know, if you ask, hey, what do you like best about what you do? What would you change? Well, you like the money, you know, whatever it is, to say, well, hey, listen, I'd love to sit down and show you something. You know, so just think about these questions about trying to recruit people out of where they're at. And this next slide is just it's kind of like I don't even know what you want to call it, right? A quote, whatever it may be, but this is kind of a script. I'm not big on scripts. I think scripts are for actors, right? I'm not big on scripts, but we put this together when COVID started, and it's really changed everything. We just said, hey, Rebecca, just want to check on you, see how you're doing, see what things, how you've been affected by what's going on. And listen, everybody has a COVID story. Everybody has a 2020 story. Everybody was affected by something. And if they are being affected, hey, well, what is it? And then ask them, hey, do you have a plan to get that back on track? Okay, and here's the thing, Rebecca, there's 2 words I changed this year. I said, hey, I'd like to show you some of the things that I'm learning. Okay, I took the word working out. People don't want to work. Okay, people want to learn. Hey, I'd love to show you some of the things that I'm learning that might be able to help you do that. See, as soon as this call's over today, you should be calling everybody and going, hey, Danny, just want to touch base with you, man. Hey, Jason, hey, I want to teach you some of the things I learned this morning. I was just on a call for an hour this morning. It was incredible. Hey, I'd love to show you some of the things I'm learning. You will get so many more appointments. Just being teased, hey, we'd love to pop by and show you some of the things I've been learning. And then go show them something. Go show them Rule 72. Go show them a cow story. Go show them anything, right? So 2 words that I changed, Rebecca, was learning. And instead of working, I said partnering. So if Danny come on board, if I call Danny, I'm gonna say, hey, Danny, I'm not gonna say, hey, Danny, why don't you come check out this place I'm working now? It's Danny. Hey, listen, man, I just sat through a training class this morning and I learned so much, man. They taught me more this morning about money than I've learned in the last 5-6 years. Hey, I love the company so much, I decided to partner with them. So those 2 words, learning and partnering, Rebecca, really changed our business last year. So I don't know how you could add that into your deal that you're doing, but those 2 words for some reason were very non-threatening. And I don't know, they just worked, right? They just worked. So like I said, I'm not a big script guy, but this is something maybe to go on. Maybe this is something to go by. All right. So hey, listen, go ahead and change the next slide, Rebecca. I think about this. Listen, how many of you want to make $100,000 a year? Hopefully everybody. I mean, hopefully you want to make $100,000 a week, right? So think this, all you got to do, if you want to make $100,000 a year, you just got to make $300 a day. I mean, think about that. If you really break it down, it's only $300 a day. So think about this. How easy is it to make $300 a day in Primerica? I mean, really, if you have a job and you got to go to work and all your job's going to pay you $100 a day, you're never going to make $100,000 a year. But let me just show you how you can make $300 a day. Listen, if you're a district leader, all you got to do is just one life insurance policy. Just one life insurance policy, you make $300, right? But what if you train one or two people to help a family a day, right? You make $300 in overrides, market other products, build a little residual income, right? Listen, it's not hard to make $100,000 a year here. Why does Primerica have more $100,000 earners than any other company in the world, right? I think the last numbers I looked at, it was like 1 in 35, Rebecca, 1 in 35 people in Primerica makes $100,000 a year. I mean, that's crazy, right? But here's the thing. If you have a job and your job's paying you, $150, $200 a day, right? You're going to have a hard time ever making it, right? So people always ask me, hey, when should I go full time? When's a good time to go full time? Here's when I think people should go full time. I think you need to go full time when your job is in the way of Primerica. And what I mean by that is you go full time when you have to go to work. You have to cancel appointments because you got to go to work. And you didn't go on an appointment where you could have made $500, but you went to work instead to make $100. See, when your job's in the way of Primerica, then it's time to go full time. But it's just the opposite. If Primerica is in the way of your job, it's not ready to go yet. So listen, if you can make if you can make $300 a day, go to the next slide, Rebecca. I think you can make $1,000 a day. So if you want to make $300 a day, why not make $1,000 a day? That was my goal when I got in Primerica. I said, I want to make $1,000 a day. I don't know why. It just sounded cool. There wasn't no strategy to it or nothing. I just said, if I make $1,000 a day, that'd be pretty awesome. So what's $30,000 a month look like, right? First, you got to get to regional vice president. I think you get to regional vice president, and you can build a team that can help 40 families a month. Okay. And I know some of you are like, I just need to help one family, right? Okay. Listen, don't think about 40 families. Here's the way I always looked at it. I never thought about trying to help 40 families. I thought about, man, can I train 5 people to help 2 families a week? I never thought about helping 40 families. I just thought, man, I want to go train 5 people to help 2 families a week. If I can do that, that's $30,000 a month. I mean, what does your life look like at $30,000 a month? I mean, seriously, I mean, when you start making $1,000 a day, life is different. You know, life is different. I mean, Jackson and I are fortunate enough, we're making about $2,000 a day. It's ridiculous right now, you know, but think about what your life looked like. So here's what I want you to do today. Go to this next slide. Here's what I want you to do. I want you at some point today, I want you to spend $30,000. I want you to just get a piece of paper, write $30,000 at the top. All right. And I want you to spend it. I want you to spend it. What's your life look like? Well, first of all, spend $3,000 to taxes, right? They don't want to have to bail you out, right? Rebecca and Danny ain't going to bail you out. So make sure you pay your taxes. All right. After that, you know, give money, tithe. What if you save $5,000 a month? You know, if you save $5,000 a month, you're a cash millionaire, Gary, in 10 years. Think about it, being a cash million, Gary, in 10 years, just $5,000 a month. You got $3,000 a month in mortgage, $500,000 house, spend $2,000 on cars that you can write off. I was talking to Rebecca yesterday about Porsches, right? You know, $2,500 in house bills, $2,000 in entertainment, $2,000 private school. Maybe you got a second home or travel, pay somebody to take care of your house. Listen, all that's living a great life, and you still got $5,000 to blow. Okay, so listen, can you train 5 people to help 2 families a week? I mean, really, don't worry about 40. Just train 5 people to help 2 families a week. What if you could train 10 people to help 2 families a week? I mean, just think about that for a second. All right. But listen, I want you to do this exercise. I want you to spend $30,000 today. I want you to dream a little bit. I don't want you to keep thinking small. I want you to see what it's going to look like. Right. But here's the thing. If you go to the next slide, here's something you need to do. There you go. I do this all the time with my base shop. I do it with my kids. I do it with anything I want, right? I call it the path, right? Whatever my goal is. Let's say my goal is to build a $10,000 base shop, or my goal is to build a $100,000 base shop, or maybe your goal is just to get to RVP, or maybe your goal is to get your investment license. Whatever it is, right? Okay, so here's the thing. You got to put that goal. Now go to the next slide, Rebecca. Okay, the next slide. Let's say your goal is RVP. If your goal is RVP, what do you got to do to stay on the path? Prospecting, recruiting, field training, getting licensed, self-improving, all the things, right? All the things you got to do, right, to stay on the path. Well, what's going to get you off the path? Wrong friends, too much TV, social media, negative family, whatever it is. So you got to have enough accountability to make sure that if you're getting off track, right, off path, then you got to stay on the path. Listen, you're never going to get where you want to go getting distracted. We always say all the time, your distractions will lead to your destructions, right? And I believe that so much. And listen, I've been in business I've been RVP for 15 years. Every single thing I have is from Primerica. Everything. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's this glasses case right here, Jackson's lipstick. What else I got here? I got some lotion. I got a Padfolio. This little thing holding my phone right now. Everything, my jacket, everything I got came from Primerica, right? And here's the great thing. It don't matter where you came from, right? It's just where you're going to go and where you're going to finish. If you go to the next slide, Rebecca, this is a house I grew up in, man. I grew up in this house in Ohio. It had about 624 square feet. If you go to the back, if you go to the next slide, Rebecca, this is the backyard. This is my backyard. If you look at my backyard, obviously that was my garage, right? And, you know, some of you had houses like that growing up. You know, my dad, he nailed a rim to the garage, right? I didn't even have a backboard. It was like the whole garage was a backboard, right? So, and listen, I hated that house, man. I used to deliver newspapers. Some of you old enough to know what it's like to deliver newspapers, right? I used to deliver newspapers, and I used to drive my bike in all the little rich neighborhoods, and I have to come back to this house, man. I just hated it. I'll be honest, I didn't have the vision like of what I wanted my life to look like till I got in Primerica and started to see it. You know, if you go to the next slide here, you know, this is a house we live in now. You know, listen, my master bedroom's 700 square feet. My master bedroom right now is bigger than the house we grew up in. If you look at the next slide, it's my backyard, right? My basketball court. I improved my basketball court a little bit, Danny. It's a little bit nicer now than it was, you know, when I was growing up. All right. So listen, I'm telling you, I don't know what your goal is, right? I don't know what it is you want out of this. This is what I wanted, man. I wanted a great life. I wanted to be able to live like I'm on vacation every day. I wanted to be able to, you know, come here and spend time with my kids at their games and have passive money coming in. Right. But if you look at the next slide here, and it's the last slide, and then we'll go off this. Listen, you got to do, trying ain't gonna do nothing. You got to do things that make you happy, make you better, make you money, make a difference. Got to do things that make you happy, make you better, make you money, and make a difference. Okay. Listen, man, there's lots of things I didn't want to do in Primerica that were so uncomfortable for me. I'm an introvert, right? I'm an introvert. I'm cool on an island by myself, right? You know, but I had to get uncomfortable, right? Some of you just have to get uncomfortable sometimes. So Rebecca, you can get rid of that PowerPoint, you know, but let me kind of close with this and wrap things up. All right. My little boy came to me probably about a week ago, probably not a year or so ago, man. I was driving him home from practice, and he said, "Hey, Dad, I got 2 questions for you." And I said, "Yeah, man, what's the questions?" He said, "Well, first question is," he goes, "what's your dream car?" And I said, well, "That's a cool question, man." I said, I don't know, man. I'm not really a car guy." He goes, "Just one. You got to have a dream. What's your dream car?" I said, "Well, Cayman, I think I like this Audi, man. There's this Audi R8. It's a real cool car. I saw in a movie one time." He goes, "What color would you get?" I think I'd get a white one, man." He goes, "What color would the rims be?" "I mean, I think I'd get black rims, man." And he goes, "What about the interior? What color would the seats be?" I said, "Well, now I'm getting excited now." I said, "Man, I think I'd probably probably get red. I think I'd get red leather, man." He goes, "Hey, would you put flames on it?" I go, "Dude, I don't think I'd put flames on it." Right. So he got me dreaming about this. And I said, "What's your second question?" He goes, "Well, why don't you have it?" Oh, dude, man. I mean, you put me on the spot, man. You know, I could have made all kinds of, you know, excuses. Well, man, that car's $150,000, whatever it may be. But he's right. Why don't I have it? You know, listen, I told my guys a while back, I said, listen, don't ever say again, you can't afford it. When you're in Primerica, if you want something, you just got to work for it. Yeah, you just got to work for it. Right? Listen, if you want it, don't ever say, if you want your kids to go to play soccer, play volleyball, go gymnastics, whatever it is, please don't tell them you can't afford it. Now, if you ain't willing to work for it, that's different. But the sky's the limit here, man. If you to make the decision to go to work and stay focused, I'm telling you, everything you ever wanted will happen. All right. So Rebecca, I hope that helps. Like I said, I appreciate you asking me anything that you ever need. Anything you ever need, I'll definitely be there to help you with whatever you and Danny ever need, guys. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, David. You are awesome. You and Jax are just the best of the best. There's no doubt why you have the business that you have, and we can't wait to see you guys down in Destin in a couple of weeks.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate you guys. Take care now.
Have a great day.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm gonna kick it over actually to Cody. We're about to go through our breakout rooms. So Cody Rocco, it's all yours.
Oh, holy smokes! That is a masterclass from for the farmers, right? Unbelievable inspiration, and I just love that message of really being able to have it all right. I got the chills with that story about his boy, right? There's nothing like the power of a child to motivate you, right? Oh man, that was unfreaking believable. So yeah, we're gonna go into some breakout rooms now. So each RVP's been assigned to one of these here breakout rooms, and we really want to give you the tools to go take that message from David, and holy smokes, what a message, and go do something, right? So you see the categories on the screen here. In about 10 seconds, I'm going to open up the rooms. It might pop up on your screen. You might need to click breakout rooms depending what device you're on, right? But we want you to put yourself in the room that you want to compete in. So if you're future licensed, you'll go in there. If you're licensed, you'll pick one of those other levels. You'll go in there. You'll have an RVP. So RVPs, as quickly as possible, right? We'll match people up as best as we can with that. There's a lot of people in your room. Just make sure we get the list of everybody. We'll finish the matchups. We're going to have a Google Doc. We're going to put this on the Telegram moving forward to keep people engaged. there. I feel like David, they're not sure how to use his iPhone, not sure how to use Telegram. We're all going to figure it out together here. So if we're ready, we're going to go ahead and do this sucker. So go ahead and put yourself in a breakout room and get ready to compete. Oh, I see you. Everyone filtering out there is good. The list keeps shrinking. People deciding. Go stretch yourself this month, right? Gonna make something big happen. A $30,000 breakdown that Farmer did. That's yours. Go compete for it, right?
I'm on a computer and I'm having trouble getting in.
Nice. What room do you want to go into, Kat?
3x3.
Perfect. Cool. Everybody else, if you're not sure how to figure it out there, you let me know. I can throw you in a room there. Take yourself
Can you throw me in the 10x10? This is Erica. I don't know what happened. It says it's in progress, but it didn't put me over.
There you go. How about you, Cleo? Where you want to go? Oh, sorry, I can't hear you there, Cleo.
10x10, Cody. 10x10. Thank you.
Nice. How about you, Antoinette? What room do you want to go into?
Cody?
Yeah.
Cody?
Yeah.
This is Neva. Put me in the 10x10, please.
You bet. There you go. Nice. Ferris, 10x10. There we go.
Cody, put me in the 10x10, Latchman.
All right. 10x10, Lashman. All right. Antoinette, how about you? Oh, I'm sorry. You're on mute there. Oh, sorry, you're unmuted. Let me hold fingers up. 1x1, 3x3, 1. All right, nice. All right. Anessa Clayton, Carol Buchanan, Cecilia Ebony, Ramisha, Judy. And you guys there? Hello. Anissa, Carol, Cecilia, Ebony, Ramisha, Kat, Shirley. But I don't know. Shirley, 1x1. All right. There you go.
Hi, I'm new. I'm just following.
Oh, I love it. Who is that?
Felicia.
Oh, perfect. Well, I'm going to stick you over with Andy in the future license. You kind of help explain what's going on here.
I'm with David Catan.
No, fantastic. Yeah, so you're not licensed. You work on your license, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Perfect. Yeah, Andy's handling that group, so that's perfect. We're excited to have you, Famisha.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Flow.
Julie
Good
Summers,
morning. My name is
out of
Julie.
Rebecca's Lord's Base Shop.
All right. Thanks, Julie.
Hello, can anyone hear me?
Yes, Lillian, we can hear you.
Rebecca.
Okay, I'm
You
sorry.
wanted the 5x5s, you got the biggest room again. This is the biggest room there is.
You know, I tell you, it's the law of attraction.
Everyone's stepping up, baby. No doubt everyone's doing 5x5 in here.
Hey, Cody, while you're in here, is there a way for you to just capture my chat in here?
I don't know. If people put things in this chat, I can't see anything that happened before I hopped in here, so
Okay.
probably not. No.
Hi, Rebecca.
Okay.
This is Shannon, division out of Desiree Ledan Base Shop. There is a way to capture in the chat, bottom right, the 3 dots. You are able to save the chat there.
Boom.
They.
Hey guys, we were doing the breakouts for our Fight Club. If anyone is there that can hear me and needs help getting into the right room, be glad to help you go where we want you to go, where you want to go.
Sean, what's
Okay.
your
What? Could you say it one more time? Then I didn't write it down.
All right. Alpha,
Mhm.
X-ray, gum,
Gum.
fun. Yeah, fun.
G as in George, F as in Frank,
Okay.
and the number 8.
Oh, okay, got you. So AXGF8.
There you go. Sean,
And
what's
then
yours?
436 up.
Up.
UP. Yeah. Up to the top. 436 UP.
436
Like that.
UT. Wow, I like that.
Yeah.
I knew you were gonna be a competitor.
All right. So just real quick, Wendy, Maria's is M3D as in Victor, Victor, Charles. And then Maria, Wendy's is 947, R as in red, X as in X-ray. Sandra Dots will get you guys in the same base, so we'll get that.
Will Graham, you doing good?
Yeah. Yeah, we're trying to get the solution numbers back and forth. We're doing good though.
Nice.
All right. Hey, Cody, what's up, man? We got to talk, bro.
I'm telling you.
All right. So, Coralie.
Make sure that you're talking to everybody, get their list, because you want that energy on your team. You remember, you're the HR department of your business. You're hiring people, bringing people on board that you like, you trust, you want to work well with. If you don't want to bring them into your home, I would say don't bring them into your RVP's home, right? Because they're not going to be a good representation of you. So, but definitely, if you're working with young people, make sure you talk to their parents, okay? Do the orientation, make it part of the requirement that if they're going to join the business, you want to make sure they have what support system they have at home, okay? Because you want to make sure that easily time ticker on their heads will say, hey, guess what? I'm only here 72 hours. My expiration date is on my head, okay? Also, you want to recruit people in the market as well as people. You want a diversification.
And Neva, since you're an RVP, you can pick whoever you want to challenge.
Who and who do you have?
It's me, David, Cody, Rebecca.
I'll go with
And
Rebecca.
Will. Rebecca, okay, so her ID is GLX14.
GLX14.
14, correct, yep.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Danny?
What's up, Cody?
Look at this room. Oh,
I think it was the big players,
holy moly.
the big hitters.
The big boys and girls here. Huh?
Yeah, for real.
Hey, Gary, can I get your contact number, champ?
So yes, sir. It is 347 569 2464.
Okay.
Okay, and everybody challenged each other already? Everyone got their IDs?
Yeah, brother.
All right, perfect, awesome.
Nice. I think we're getting close here. What was that noise? Was that the about to wrap up noise, or is somebody in an elevator?
Yeah, it was. It was. There's like 30 more seconds left.
Get some pants in the pants. Get some pants.
These New Yorkers, huh? Always in an elevator.
Want some fruits?
Lachi, put yourself on mute.
Guys.
I love it.
Here we go.
You ready to take over, Danny?
Yeah. That's
all right. Look at you guys all coming back here. I love watching everything like pop up as the
Pop back in.
close here. It's like popcorn, but people popcorn. I think it's illegal in most states, right? Oh man. That's good. It's good. Well, we're going to make sure as RVPs, we're going to work together. We're going to get this organized. We're going to get these Fight Club matchups right front and center. We're going to watch a bunch of people have a bunch of fun, pushing each other on to something significant in their life. And so we wanted to have a very special RVP wrap up here, just with massive momentum in their business. You heard David, Farmer, talking about Danny, what he and Aaron are doing, right? They are something great just to pop out of a flurry of RVPs in the very near future. So to close us out and bring us home on this beautiful Saturday morning, let's give it up for Danny Rodriguez.
Woo! All right, guys. Hey, was that awesome? Did David not kill it? I mean, that was like, I think Cody said it, that was like a master class, right? Like he had so many nuggets there. Just if you just took what he taught you, I mean, I have no doubt that'll change your business. I have no doubt that would just take it to whatever next level you're going for. So I would strongly encourage you. I know I'm going to do this. Take that this weekend, digest it, and put it into place, right? Take something and start using it. What you don't want to do is be a professional visitor. You go from one meeting or one training to the next, to the next, to the next, and you're just not using anything. So take something and go out there and implement it. But this is the RVP Factory, guys. And so what I was going to just wrap it up, I'm going to share my screen, is really what you want to get to RVP and just the advantage of it. And I think you guys know most of this stuff, but I just want to kind of go over it with you real quick. We're going to wrap it up. We're going a little bit long. But guys, I can't tell you this. Probably, in our office, we kind of kid around. There's like 5,000 reasons why you want to be an RVP. Right? There's always going to be a reason. Right. But here's some big ones. Okay. You get 110% contract on life commissions. Right. You get IBR commissions. Okay. You earn more income on all the products. Every time you delay getting to RVP, you're leaving money on the table. Right. One of the things Rebecca would always give me when I was a regional leader, she was like, if you were an RVP, this is what you would have made. Right. And that difference is not small. Right. It can become pretty significant. Okay. As an RVP, hey, the overrides are awesome. If you're a district and you're overriding a senior rep or a regional leader, overriding a division, but the overrides from an RVP standpoint, much bigger. Okay. Really big. Right. You get much more residual as an RVP, and you get residual on other products, auto and home, legal plan, right? Not just life and securities, but you get residual on other stuff. Not RVP, you don't get any of those residuals. You get bonuses. So the company sometimes will tease the future RVPs with some bonuses, okay? But the bonuses just got paid out last night. I mean, it's crazy, right? It's crazy the bonuses you get 10 or 20% depending on the size of your office. Right, that means your override is like 130. Your compensation is 130%. Guys, that bonus. Understand, as a regional vice president, right? If someone does 20,000 in premium as a base shop, right, that's not the RVP that did 20,000. Right, that's the entire base shop. But the bonuses, bonus goes to the RVP. That makes sense, right? So the RVP gets paid on it, right? I don't know if you guys know this, is RVP securities bonus. So if you do a good job, we have a bunch of people getting securities license. So earlier in the training, right? RVPs, they get security bonuses. You get life insurance bonuses. You get securities bonuses, right? Okay, you get equity, right? Where you start building wealth in your family, right? When I got my RVP contract, I think the stock was at like $30 a share or something like that. And I don't know what it is today, but I know it's well over $100 a month, $100 a share. right? You get $15,000 when you promote an RVP. You get additional equity every time someone gets promoted in your base, right? So when Sean gets promoted to district, a division, or regional leader, right, as the RVP, we actually get stock in the company, right? So you're building wealth for your family. Okay. The only person that can get ownership is an RVP, right? So you get true ownership where you can pass it on to your family, generations, right? I mean, that's what I think David was talking about, right? They're building a business where when that time comes for David and Jax, man, those kids will continue to generate that income, right? That money will still come in. It'll change his life forever. David worked in a cruise ship, right? I mean, it's crazy, right? Jax, if you hear her speak, she's an amazing speaker, right? But he said it, right? She was a high school dropout, right? This company can change everything that you have, right? Okay. RVP, when it comes to trips, okay, there was about 3 times more slots for RVPs and above than there is for below RVP, right? All expense paid trips to resorts, and you get mentored by top leaders, right? So you increase your chances by being an RVP on getting on those trips, right? No territory restrictions. You can open office anywhere, right? Anywhere. Cody came from New Mexico to here, right? No, the company didn't, no territory, no, like, hey, no, you can't do it. No, none of that, right? He picked a place he wanted to live by and has an office near his home, right? No other business can do that. Okay, with McDonald's, guys, they tell you after you go to Hamburger University, they'll tell you where the next McDonald's gets opened up, and that's where you got to go. It doesn't matter if they can say, listen, you're going to South Dakota, right? That's where you're going. You're going to be freezing to death for the rest of your life. But that's where the next McDonald's is going to be, and that's where you got to go. All right, you have no choice on where to go. Here, you can go anywhere you want. Okay, when you promote an RVP, this is the crazy part to me. When you promote an RVP, you increase your business, you increase your income, but literally no extra expense. Right? When Rebecca promoted me, no extra expense. Right? When we promote Summer and Sharon and Michael and all the great leaders we have, right? Our business will be in 3-4 different locations, but no more expense for me. My expense is going to stay fixed. Right? No other business does that. There is no other business where you can actually increase distribution and your expenses stay the same. It doesn't happen that way. You open up, I came from the Ford world. You want to open up another Ford dealership, there's another $1 million, $2 million investment you got to do. And you got other fixed costs that you got to pay, more payroll, more marketing, more everything. Everything goes up. Here, zero, no extra expenses, right? And RVPs are the only ones that can promote RVPs. Okay, that is the only person. The reason I wanted to become an RVP, I love the income and all that stuff, but I wanted to promote RVPs. That is my single focus, was I wanted to promote RVPs. And so we can have the freedom to do other things, right? And when you get to RVP and you get to SVP and NSD and all that stuff, right? The bonuses get bigger, right? You get overrides, right? I mean, Rebecca, I think I was doing a training, I think based on our business, it's like 40, 50,000 of income, right? But she doesn't know any of my clients, doesn't do, she'll meet our team once we train once a week, right? Doesn't even know who they are or anything like that, right? But what she did was promoted an RVP. She got to RVP and promoted an RVP. So I'm going to challenge you guys. I think what you want, if it was me, what I talked to my team about is you need to have a bigger vision, okay? Don't stop at RVP. You need to think about getting to SVP. You should you should be not chasing income, okay? You should be chasing how do you want your business to look like, right? Because it'll force you have to make different decisions, right? I want the income and all that, but what I'm trying to chase is structure, right? I want to be an SVP. So everything I'm doing is geared towards that, right? I tell my team, look, I don't want you, my job is when you get to RVP, I'm going to help you get to SVP. Once you get to SVP, okay, then, you take whatever you want to do after that. Okay. But I know at SVP, you'll be rock solid, right? And so my team, right, it's not RVP, it's SVP, right? You got to get to RVP and then promote 3 RVPs, and then you can figure out what you want to do at that point, right? So guys, get to RVP, use what you guys learned here, especially from David and really and Ethan and Gary and Cleo. They gave you great information, right? Those 5 things to do every single day. right, was spot on. Taking action, doing something, not just taking the information, competing, right? Gary was talking about recruiting people here, all that stuff. I mean, you got everything you need to do. You just got to take action and do it. So I'm going to challenge everyone after we get here, right? Do something. Take the next hour or two to move your business forward. What everyone else will do is they're going to go out and hang out and go do shopping and do all that stuff. Don't be that person, right? Be the person that's going to take some action right after this, right? And move your business forward. So hope that helps, guys. We got our next RVP factory. I think it'll be, did we say May 1st, I believe? Right, May 1st, so put it on your calendar, right? And again, okay, have a goal to figure out how many people on your team are going to be in that meeting. How many people are going to come to on that training May 1st? If it's just you, come here with at least 3 to 5, right? If you got 3 to 5, make it 10. Right? The person that gets trained the most and that gets exposed to all this information is going to be the person that's going to explode it. Right, so hope that helps, guys. Proud to be your teammate. Let's go make it happen.
All right, and before we hop off here, guys, stay tuned. You're going to get an invite for a Telegram group. So we're gonna shift over from GroupMe to Telegram. So keep an eye out for that. We'll also be posting the challenges. And we want to encourage you guys to just, post back and forth all throughout the month in that Telegram app. And then I don't know if David's still on here, but thank you to David Catan. He's lined up our guest speaker for May the 1st. It's going to be Rob and Minnie Davis. So we're super excited. So definitely rally to get everyone on your team to the Fight Club on May the 1st.
All right.
Nice. Come on.
All right. Have a good weekend.
Nice. Great job, guys.
Great job.
Thank you.
Awesome job.
Everybody.
Great job,
Yes,
everybody.
thank you.
Fantastic, Danny. Great job, everyone.
Yes.